Hello and welcome to another episode of The Drive by Gigi. Today it's going to be an introduction video all about my new Porsche 987 Boxster cobalt blue, and just to sort of take you around it before I get it a major service on it and get some jobs done. So there's going to be a series of videos on this car. I'm going to take it on lots of different journeys and just to see if you can buy a cheap Boxster for under £5,000 and not spend too much money on it. I think I might already know the answer to that, but anyway, we'll get into that as we go around the car. So this car was originally registered in 2006 at Porsche Centre, Tunbridge, which is not too far from here. I was originally looking to spend about £6,500. This one came up at 4,750. It's got high mileage, it's got 170,000 miles on the clock. It's got full service history, although the documentation side of it is lagging. It's a 2.7 litre engine, 5-speed, and it weighs just under 1,300 kilos. It's super light. It's cobalt blue, and according to the manual, the book, this is a L3C8, the colour code. So 5 previous owners. It's got 18-inch wheels. Now they're quite worn, and you can see the centre crest has faded quite a lot. And the wheels have got quite a lot of surface damage to them, but 170,000 miles, you can probably expect that. And it's a really good spec. It's the right colour I wanted. It's got the really rare sports seats. I've looked through Auto Trader and I can't find another one of these 987s with sports seats. They're a lovely spec, and they've got the embossed Porsche logo there, which was an optional extra at the time. It's got 17 different extra optional extras, and this one of them is the cruise control feature, which I'll show you in a minute. So like I said, so this is going to go in for a full major service in 2 days time, and it's going to have brake fluid changed. The drive belt's going to be done. Now the drive belt should be done every 6 years or every 60,000 miles. I can't find any record of it being done, so that's definitely got to be done. Front discs and pads, potentially that's going to get done. Front lower control arms, now one of them is a bit rusty, so the bit where the lower control arm bolts to the chassis, the bit where the bolt goes through is a bit rusty, so I'm hoping that's not going to be a nightmare. Track rod ends, and hopefully we're going to look at the ignition key, because I can't get the ignition key out on its own, so there's a little bit of a problem there. Nice things I'd like to do on the car: the steering wheel isn't quite straight. As you can see, the wheels are straight, but the steering wheel is slightly off centre, which is a bit annoying. So I get in the car, just unlock it. The gear lever, although it's a fantastic action, it's quite wobbly. There's quite a lot of play in that, and that's not serious, but it could do with tightening up. I've got a floppy wing mirror over in that corner, which is annoying. Got an issue with the roof, that when I put the roof up, it overlaps the window, so you have to get somebody to put the roof up inside the car, and then I have to stand on the outside of the car and push it in just to make sure it goes behind the frame. So it'd be good to get that sorted out. There's quite a few scratches over the car, although now I've polished it, it's not too bad. The exhaust sounds good, but could be louder, so maybe if anybody's watching and wants to donate a titanium exhaust, please do. The driver's window mechanism, the switch, is not very good. It's working, but it's quite clunky, and it doesn't always do what you want it to do. So that's annoying, but not too bad. Potentially get the wheels refurbished. A new key, because this one's really old, but that's not essential. New floor mats, because these ones, don't know if they're the originals, but they're quite perished in there and don't fit great. And I've been told to possibly get a wind deflector that goes in there, because then it cuts down the wind in the cabin, and I'm told you can hear the engine better. So that might be something I do if it's not too costly. The things I don't like is actually a very short list, 6 items, and the things I do like is about 20. The things I don't like: the noise in third gear is not as loud as I'd like it to be. You have to really rev it to get the most out of it. It is a hard ride on UK roads. On a smooth road it's lovely, but on bumpy, potholed UK British roads is terrible. The rear visibility is poor because there's no reversing cameras, so you've got to do with the beeping of the sound system when you get close to something, so it's not ideal. And the pedals in the footwell are slightly offset. You won't be able to tell if I show you, but they're slightly offset to the left, which is a bit burdensome on your knee. And not that I've had a problem with it, but the drain holes in the front and the back can get blocked by leaves, which then floods the cabin and damages one of the, I think, the ECU module, which is on the driver's passenger side seat. So that you've got to be careful about that. But that's it really. The things I love, and I've only done 350 miles in this, the sport seats. These are so comfortable, really, really comfortable, lovely design. The engine note in first and second gear, beautiful, nothing wrong with that, absolutely perfect. The engine flexibility is outstanding on this. You can be doing 30-40 miles an hour in pretty much any gear. It's amazing, and it will just pull away. Really surprised me. The driving dynamics. So when you get in this car, the connection between your feet, your bum, your hands, and the grin on your face is just perfect. It can't be beat, and it's a lovely feeling. And also a lot of people look at it because it's quite a cool shape now, and things have moved on, and a lot of modern shapes have become quite boring. This looks really elegant, I think. And I was in a car park the other day, and this young boy, probably about 10 years old, he couldn't take his eyes off it, and his mum was trying to drag him away. So I gave it a few revs, and he had a big grin on his face. So that reminds me of myself when I was his age. So that's always nice to see. I love the colour. The colour is quite rare, and it's really, really hard to find a cobalt blue. I love the speedo, the dials in here. The digital displays are very cool. Don't know if you can just see those, Paula, I know the sun's on them, but it should pick it up. The digital displays are really, really nice. The way the buttons operate for the temperature and the fan speed is just awesome. Sound system is a Bose sound system, 325 watts. I think there's 14 speakers in here or something like that, but I don't know if you can see it, Paula, but the subwoofer outlet is there. And that is super bassy. Honestly, it's a great sound system. Could probably do with a bit more mid-range. But yeah, that's great. So it's got the right colour, the right seats, the right sound system in terms of a spec. And believe it or not, on a motorway, this thing is absolutely fantastic. Doing the speed limit with the roof down is easily achievable in third gear, and it's a great sensation. When you turn the key on in the ignition and it starts up and it rumbles, that you're never going to tire of that. The interior design I don't think has really aged. It's still really nice. You've got deep, thick pile on here. That's really nice. And then on here you've got big door bins. You can keep all sorts. You can keep your mobile phone in there. So that's a lovely touch. Changing from second to third gear is a delight. Door handles, simple things like this. Just a nice, good old, solid door handle. That it's just lovely. It's all really, really nice. And one thing which I think really stands out is just how small these cars are. I mean, the 986 generation is even smaller than this, but this looks tiny compared to our 1 Series. And the 1 Series looks small compared to some other cars. So that's a quick rundown of the car. So it's going to go in for a major service. A couple of other things. So some of the optional extras on this car, there's quite a few. We've got these headlamp washers here. So that's an optional extra. So that cleans the headlights. So that was an extra. Seat heating, that's an extra. We've got a two-way electric seat on the seat, so we've got a button here that allows you to adjust the front and the back, and then you've got a manual switch there. 18-inch Boxster S wheels, they were an optional extra. You've got a CD compartment in here. Now it's tiny and there's only 2 of them, but it's quite cool, quite retro. Wheel caps with coloured Porsche crests, which are these. So these would have been an optional extra. This would have been all coloured in, but it's worn off. We got a very cool and quite a rare automatic speed control button, which is just there on the steering wheel, and that's quite amusing. It goes from, you can set it from 15 miles per hour to 145 miles per hour. So you can imagine being on cruise control doing 145. That'd be pretty good. It's got park assist, which is basically an old version of a sat nav system that when you reverse there's a camera, so this one just bibs at you when you get closer to something. It's got, obviously got the Bose sound system, that was an option. It's got leather seats, that was an option. Now this actual model was produced in Finland. These cars were produced in Finland and Stuttgart. This one's in Finland, and you can tell by the number in the book. This one comes with a top tinted windscreen as an optional extra. I don't know if you can see it, and I don't even know if this is an original windscreen. It's a UK supplied car, which is a C16. The white instrument dials, they were an extra option. A lot of people like them. I've grown to like them as well. And that sums up this bargain Porsche. So join me for the next video after it's had its major service. There's going to be some shots from underneath the car, possibly with the wheels off, and we'll see whether or not I've got lucky or there's some bad news, but we'll see. But it's the right spec, the right car for me at the right price. Thanks for watching, and if you want to contribute in any way to the running of this car or the maintenance, you can donate via my YouTube channel. And if you've got products that you would like me to sponsor for the car or put logos on the car, then more than happy to do that. So I'm open to ideas to keep this car on the road, keep it running, and the more of you that watch and like and comment, the longer this car will be around. Thanks very much for watching. More content coming your way very soon. One thing I forgot to do was introduce the new channel mascot and Porsche Boxster mascot, Dario the donkey. Now he's going to be featuring in some of the videos, and he's going to have a little voice. So yeah, look out for Dario the donkey.